The Bechdel test is a measure of representation of women in film and other fiction. In Alison Bechdel's comic strip, one woman explains that she only goes to a movie if it satisfies the following requirements. The movie has to have at least two women in it. They need to talk to each other, and they need to talk to each other about something other than a man.
Does Wicked for Good pass the Bechdel test?
Clearly.
Not only does it pass the Bechdel test, I'm pretty sure two men don't ever speak in this film if it doesn't involve a woman. Maybe Fiyero and the wizard speak, and maybe Fiyero speaks to the monkey if you count that as a man. But I'm not joking. I don't think two men ever really interact in this.
The Tin Man talks to the Wizard of Oz, but then again, he's talking about a woman.
He's talking about Gyal, no?
Yeah, yes.
Even when the Tin Man talks to the Wizard of Oz, what does he say? That we're going to kill the witch and that's it.
Yeah, basically.
It passes the Bechdel test with flying colours. Like, all Elphaba does is talk to other women, like Nessa Rose. I enjoyed the scenes with Nessa, even though, again, the writing was clunky. The writing was clunky, but the actresses, you could tell they were, like, enjoying themselves.
And I think the way how Nessa was styled was excellent. Like, I loved her dress and all of that stuff. I will say on gender, though, one thing I continue to like about Wicked, even in this film as well, is the depiction of let's say, a minority woman's experience with white women when a man is showing them attention. And I still think that Ariana Grande, like, she does so well in this film as well. Just, like, if you're a woman of colour and you've ever experienced a white woman seeing, or especially a white man showing interest in you, this film encapsulates that so beautifully. Even Glinda basically crashing out because she's realising that, Fiyero, your prince that you've put on a pedestal, his preference is a green woman who's the outcast in society. And just seeing her, like, crash out and not understand why, because obviously throughout her whole life she's been told that she's the ideal woman and all of this stuff. I think it worked really well for me. And I think there's something important when it comes to kind of female relationships there. In general, I like the handling of female relationships and the way how the things like desirability politics, racism, I guess some class elements as well, how all of those pressures can put strains on a female relationship and what you have to do to overcome them.
I have to say, the stuff with Mistress Marble, though, in this film, when it comes to how they're speaking on relationships between women and mentor figures, were not as effective as the first film.
Agreed. I think this film does a really good job of showing what the dangers are of being a pick-me. Nessa is a pick-me from the last film to this film. All she does is worry about a man that does not want her. And she gets a house, landing on her and killing her while she was searching for him in the middle of a tornado, and he was not searching for her.
But why was she searching for that man, though? Did she think he was going to get Rusty in the storm or what? A man that had just kind of threatened to kill her not long before, no?
I found that very dark, by the way. I was shocked to see that, but anyway.
The original Wicked book is extremely dark. It's not a children's book at all. There is lots of physical violence. There's lots of it's very sexual. It's very dark. There's lots of trauma. It's a very dark book. Like, the amount of sanitization that has happened to make the play is strong, and then the film sanitizes the play even further.
Now we're going to do our Is It Really That Deep segment. The Mariana Trench is 6,000 fathoms deep, and the lowest depth man has reached inside the earth.
How deep is Wicked for Good out of 6,000 fathoms?
1,000 fathoms. And I'm really shocked that I have to give that rating, because if you had asked me about the first film, probably I would say even as high as maybe 4,500. But, like, this film just doesn't have anything to say about the deeper themes the first film touched on. So no, what do you think?
1,500. And the only reason I'll add that 500 on top is because of maybe the commentary I might be reading about homosocialism that's going on here. But other than that, like, nothing is flimsy. Light. The internet has had a lot of thoughts about Wicked for Good. I have never seen my timeline taken over like this. And this film, I think, is going to significantly outgross the first one. So unfortunately, from the perspectives of the studios and the industries, which has been struggling with a very bad year for box office this year, this decision to split the movie was the correct decision to make, which is very scary because creatively,
exactly,
the way it was handled was so poor. The fact that this film is going to go down in history as being so much more commercially successful than the first film is so wild to me. Also, they did less marketing for this film than they did for the first one. I guess because everybody that watched the first one was always going to watch the second one.
Exactly.
So they had done all the heavy lifting there. So in terms of strategy, it worked. But it's just crazy to me because the quality difference is so significant. It's one of the most drastic quality differences I've ever seen between a first film and a sequel.